Welcome back, everybody. Where we left off in the last video is that we were about to start our second recorded timeline battle. We were on day 43, and we are going to fight the Labyrinthauros again. So he was the same primordial that we fought in our first recorded timeline battle. We fought a level 3 at that point. We're going to fight a level 3 again. This will be our final time facing a level 3 Labyrinthauros. If we fight him again, it would be at a level 4 based on our primordial escalation chart or evolution chart. But let's go ahead and cut over to their battle view here. I did most of the setup ahead of time just to try to save a little bit of time here so we can get into the fight sooner. And I actually remembered to put our terrain tile down for the Adventure Hub terrain. So you can see in that upper left corner over there, we have a Manos unit tile. Let me jump over to a different view so you can actually take a look at that as well. So here is the card that we have for Manos unit. And again, the thing that we knew, the thing that told us to place a Manos unit there is that we had an Adventure Hub roll early on that tells us the terrain tile for the next timeline battle should be Manos unit as determined here. This outer 3 means that it needs to be placed in the outer 3, like the perimeter 3 rows. I don't know how to describe this. I don't remember how they describe it in the battle. Any of these outer 3 sets of tiles, rows and columns, it has to be in those outer 3. There's other instructions for inner 3, which mean it just cannot be, it has to be inside of those 3. I'm doing a terrible job of wording it. I don't think they did the best job of wording it either, but I'm doing it way worse. So at least whatever they have is clear about it, but they also have good diagrams for that. So we'll jump back over to our card view here. It's both a trap and a treasure. So if you push the primordial into this, we can get a negative Aeon Trespass token in the Kratos pool, which would allow us to lower the AT value of a BP for one attack by 1. But if you fully miss on that attack, or it can, if you clear the Kratos pool, that token goes away. So it's hard to set that up, and it's a mediocre reward for it. So we're not going to prioritize going for a trap. This is also a treasure tile, so if we walk up adjacent to it with a Titan and we sacrifice their combat action, then we get to roll a D10. It's not a test, so you only get to roll that D10 once. And the best reward you can get for it, or at least the level 10 reward, or if you get a crit, is the Manos Discus gear card. We're not going to prioritize that. I don't think that Manos Discus is that great. It is a ranged weapon, so it can be nice to have. But it's fine. I like my loadout. I don't think I would put the Manos Discus unit in place of any of the weapons that I currently have. Okay, let's flip back to our normal view here. I'm going to get rid of the little booster seat for our card because we shouldn't be needing that for the rest of the fight. I changed some of the gear loadout for our Titan / Argonauts, and I actually will need this view again. I mentioned in the last video that sometimes, like a house rule that I allow myself to do is craft gear immediately before a timeline battle. Technically, I should be doing this in the advancement step of the previous day. That's when you craft gear. But sometimes I just forget to do that ahead of time, so I'll allow myself to craft the gear before a timeline battle. Or really, I'll allow myself to craft that gear before a battle that I know is upcoming. But if there's like a battle that I wasn't expecting to come up, then I don't allow that. So we play it by ear. In this case, we knew the timeline battle was coming up, and so I wanted to craft another Iapetus Lifeguard. So I have not crafted that yet. I own 2 of them, and I want to craft the 3rd one. So we go over to gear here, and we are under basic support equipment. Iapetus Lifeguard. It requires Trireme and Ambrosia. We have plenty of both of those, so we're going to hit craft. We now have 3. We can't craft anymore because we've reached, there's only 3 of these Iapetus Lifeguards available, and we wanted to give this to Maze Runner. And that's, so let's go over some of the changes that I made for our Titan / Argonaut loadout here. For Fisher, I gave her Maze Runner instead of Ulyssia, because now that we have the ability to craft Maze Runner Titans, I'm less concerned about losing one. This Maze Runner that we have right now is pretty nice because she has this additional trauma card. Okay, we're going to be getting our booster seat back out again, so you can take a look at this trauma card. Boom. And so this has an exhaust ability that just says lose one danger, so that's handy to have to just be able to take that danger down. But additionally, I'm not going to move her entire card here. Maybe I wouldn't have to. Yeah, you can't really read that, so I'll do this. On her trauma table, you can see that it's different from a normal Titan trauma table. For other Titans, the minor trauma level, that first level, is 1 to 3. For Maze Runner, it's only 1 to 2. For most Titans, they start drawing obols at 10 danger. She starts drawing at 9. So I wanted to get a what's it called? Some kind of strain card or a new trauma table on her. I had that opportunity. I forget if that was from it was probably from Inward's Odyssey thing that we got unlocked that. But we put that trauma on her, and so the trauma table that she has now is better than her stock one, and we have this little token here to indicate if we have exhausted her trauma card or not. One thing that I'll need to look up real quick. Okay, yeah, I tried looking it up really quickly, but something I need to dig more into, it's not really that relevant right now, but is exhausting things associated with a Titan sheet. So I know that if you exhaust a trauma table, it doesn't exhaust like the Titan sheet per se. I think some Titans have different ability boxes on their Titan sheet that might have an exhaust cost on them. And I can't remember if exhausting it exhausts the entire Titan sheet or exhausts just the ability. I think it's the latter. I think it's just the ability. But anyway, not relevant right now. I'll take a look into it when I have time / when we need to. But let's see. So that was some of so that was some of what we changed with Fisher / Maze Runner. Remember, she has this Eschaton Stones, so her start of battle effect for that is gain a rage. So we did that. This Eschaton Stones is also going to force her to gain 1 danger at the start of each of her turns. Additionally, we moved some other gear around. For instance, we gave Phylactera this Pursuer Imperative gear card, which allows her to do an advanced reflex, which a normal reflex is that during a window of opportunity you can move 1 space. Advanced reflex is during a window of opportunity you can move 2 spaces. So I wanted her to have that to give her more of an ability to avoid the trample from the Labyrinthauros. Additionally, I gave her the Lenothorax card, so that way she has tumble on it, which allows her to get a chance to avoid crash if she is about to suffer it. And Vault could be very... Vault is probably not really that useful for her, never mind. Vault allows you to, I think it's during the first or second ability window, basically appear on the opposite side of the primordial, like in the same space that you're in, on the opposite side of the primordial. And then, let's see, what else? Herodotus, did we change anything down there? I think I just reorganized his cards a little bit. Yeah, okay. And then a little bit about the positioning of the Titans that I chose here. Let's see, does it show up well on camera? You can kind of see it, but to clarify, we have Maze Runner is down here. We have Solon in the top left. We have Phylactera in the bottom right, and we have Herodotus in the top right. So the reasoning for this is that, again, these two are going to be my 2 tankier Titans. So I want them to be the ones who are targeted more by AIs. So I wanted them, we know that Labyrinthauros is going to start on either here or here, facing inwards. And so I always want one of them to be targeted by the first AI. And then a little bit about some of the other positioning that I did here. If Labyrinthauros goes here, he's going to be in these spaces. I want him to be attacking Herodotus. He's going to go up. He's going to attack Herodotus here, and then most likely he will trample after that. And if I have Herodotus here and Solon here, I can reflex back with Solon and go that way, and then Solon is no longer in line of that trample. Similarly, actually I don't think, yeah, similarly here, if Labyrinthauros goes here, I want him to target the Maze Runner and charge forward on a trample afterwards. And because we gave Phylacteria that Pursuer imperative card that has advanced reflex, that would allow her to move out 2 spaces. Like, she would need 2 spaces to be able to move out. This top left corner is really the only place where you can get out of the line, out of that straight line of the Labyrinthauros with a reflex of 1. Every other space, I think, needs a reflex of 2. Okay, so with that, let's go ahead and we're going to shuffle our Obol cards. We're going to draw a minor trauma to determine the position of the Labyrinthauros, and we're going to get started. Oh, and then last note, we do still have these despair tokens that we carried over. We have some people at, different rage and fate values from our previous adventure stuff. And I chose to give Fisher the priority target token because it has to be one of Anacreon or Fisher because they both have 1 rage. Our other 2 Argonauts, Olympia and Oleander, do not have any rage, so we gave it to Fisher since we want her to be taking attacks anyway. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And we will try to not forget this Fated Nemos that we have with Anacreon, which says that he cannot go last. So, all right, let's go to, which view do we want to go for? This is fine. All right, so here's our 2 Obol cards. I don't know which is on each of these, so we're just going to shuffle these a few times, and I'm going to try to talk out loud and just not think about how I'm shuffling to try to make sure I don't know which card is on top. All right, so we're going to stop there, and then we're going to roll our die here, and we're doing our modulus operator, so that was a 3. So we're going to do 1. We're going to rotate those cards 1. And got to make sure we put that back in its crit ready position. And then our last step, we are going to do our primordial positioning. Boom. So we got faint. Damn. I like I said, I'd rather have negative traumas for the positioning step. But unfortunately we have positive trauma here. So this would have been on top, but we're not going to be able to draw this during this battle. So the arrow is pointing to the left. So the Labyrinthauros is going to start in the B position and facing inwards. Let's go ahead and put him there. All right, and let's go ahead and draw our first AI card. Let's see, oh man, we're almost 14 minutes into the video, and I haven't even started yet. Okay, we'll work on that, but I like the stuff that we covered. But yeah, we'll try to get that down more for the next few fights. Let's go ahead and draw our AI card. We did an escalation at the beginning of the fight. So there is an AI2 and a BP2 in these respective decks, but we got lucky and we have an AI1 and a BP1 on top. We have Ram and Drag. The Primordial tries to skewer you on one of its bronze horns. So we have a targeting line of furthest Titan in front in range. So remember our Labyrinthauros at level 3. Again, there's a Primordial sheet. I won't be keeping this in camera just because it's more convenient for me to keep in front of me. But he has 7 movement. 7 movement is not enough to get to these backline Titans. He has to go for one of the frontline Titans here. And because neither Oleander nor Olympia, because neither Herodotus nor Phylacteria have the priority target, we can choose which one he goes after because they are equal targets for that first targeting line. So we're going to choose Herodotus. I'm going to put this card over here, and we're going to shift our view to player 4. And so let's see. Go down, he's going to do a move and attack. So he's going to move up towards Herodotus. I don't think we really care about doing this. We have more windows of opportunity here, so I'm not going to do anything for this first window of opportunity. But we're going to do move and attack. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And, oh, actually, you know what? I don't know why I didn't do this in the last fight. One of the things that we could do is before he moves, we could actually just move here with Herodotus, and that would prevent, yeah, let's do that. We're going to reflex here, and then with Herodotus, when Labyrinthauros does his trample, he's just going to go straight through. Nobody else is going to be in the way. Nobody else needs to use a reflex. The reason why I use that Pursuer Protocol charge instead of his Apodus Lifeguard is just doesn't cost a fate to use that. And everybody has, yeah, I don't know. You could choose either one, but I just happen to choose Pursuer Protocol, the Argo ability. So we did the move. Now we're going to do an attack. We need to try to evade with 2 dice, and we need a 9 or higher. So he has no bonuses to evasion, so we're just going to roll for a 9 or higher. We rolled a 2 and a 4. We get 2 free rerolls, so we're going to reroll both of those. Ooh, we got a crit evade. Unfortunately, his crit evade bonus doesn't kick in until he's at 6 or more danger. So we'll just take this as a normal evade, and then this that one hits. We could block. But to be honest, if I don't block it, I think I'm not gonna block. I'm not gonna waste it because he's gonna knock me back 6. That's fine because that'll get me closer to him. He's about to trample, and like I said in my previous fight with Labyrinthauros, while common strategy is to group your Titans into like groups of 2 and then have Labyrinthauros chase you between those groups of 2, sometimes I just like to prefer an aggressive style and just keep going after them. And sometimes it screws you over, sometimes it doesn't. But I like trying to deal as many wounds as quickly as possible. That's just a play style that I've developed over time. So yeah, here we're gonna just accept that 1 hit. And so normally let me put a reminder token out here, because we do still have him dealing 1 extra danger, per attack. It's a little too bright, hard to read. Good enough, it's more of a reminder for me. So it'd be 1 danger per hit. So we only took 1 hit, so we're about to take 2 danger, but we have an armor roll we can do. Do I want to try to reinforce that? Yeah, sure, why not? Let's take a fate. We're gonna get, so we spent a fate to do a reinforce of our Siren Panoply armor. We're looking for potential symbols. We got 2 of them. So we reduced that 2 danger gain to 0. So we don't gain any danger here. I have to prime these dice. Just makes me feel better. We don't take any danger there, but we do still continue with the rest of the attack because we didn't actually fully evade it. We just reduced the damage or the danger to 0. So we're about to take knockback 6. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then he is going to do a trample after the attack. And I probably want to reflex. Yeah, let's do it. All right. We're just going to reflex 1 with Herodotus because we're going to use it during this, what's it called? This window of opportunity before, during the right before that after attack. We'll have him reflex back 1. now Labyrinthauros will do his trample and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to turn to face the most titans. That is part of the trample effect. So north would be 1, east would be 3, south would be 2, west would be 1. So he's going to face east to face 3 titans. And then, oh, okay, there is no, that's fun. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? Labyrinth keyword. So he's not going to labyrinth. So that is going to end that AI. We'll switch to our view here. We'll take that AI card, put it in the AI discard. Looks like we have an AI 2 on top now, but it is the Titan round. So we will unexhaust that Argo ability there. And now we get to decide who should go first. We know that Solon can't go last, so I might take him to attack first. I would like to attack with Herodotus first because he's adjacent to the primordial already. And I always like being in a position where you can attack before moving, and then like with him we could spend our movement getting our Iapetus lifeguard back. In most cases, I'd be worried that attacking with somebody else first would cause Labby to do trample, and then he would move away from Herodotus. But in Solon's case, because we have the Mace, we get to ignore wound responses, so we're not worried about that. So I think I probably will go with Solon/Anacreon first. And I'm going to, I'm thinking about this real quick. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think I'd probably think about it more and come up with maybe a more like ideal turn. But I mean, I don't want to use, I have the option of using Arrow Barrage to make it more likely that he will hit, because he is going to be rolling only 1 die. And he's going to have to hit on a 9 or a 10 essentially, because he has this despair token. You know what, actually, I think here's what we're going to do. During that last AI card, nothing has really changed since we did this. During that last AI card, during that final window of opportunity before the trample happened, I am going to have used the Iapetus lifeguard from Maze Runner. Oh, that would put her at 4 fate. Oh, I really don't want to do that either. No, yeah, okay, so that's fine. I'm not going to have done that. But what I will do is I think I might actually go first with her, because she doesn't have a despair token. She has +2 precision for that long mass spear. She has she's going to be at 2 rage after the attack, so she's going to be able to put an opening and a break token in there because of her Maze Runner trauma table, or Kratos table, I apologize. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and do that. Go to our player 1 screen there. We're going to activate her. Additionally, she will get to keep the priority token because she's going to be the first to get to 2 rage, as opposed to if we went with Solon, he would get he would be the first to go to 2 rage, and he would get the priority target. So Fisher is going to go first, or Maze Runner, I should say. Maze Runner is going to go, and yeah, let's just put her there, I think. That's fine. We're only going to move her forward 1. I don't want to move her too far this way because I don't want her and Herodotus to be like grouped together so much. So maybe at this point I might try to have like Herodotus and Solon kind of grouped up here, and then Maze Runner and Phyloctera kind of grouped down here in the southeast corner. That way we also keep away from our city tiles there. So yeah, I think she's good with just moving the 1 there. She's going to attack, so we're going to increase her rage by 1. Then we will get 3 dice. We're going to get our crit die there, those 2. And we have +2 to hit with her. So let's go ahead and roll for that. So normally we need an 8 or higher, but instead, because of that +1 or +2, we're going to need 6 or higher. And ooh, we have a crit miss. Does that hurt us at all? Oh, actually, I do have to take a danger at the start of her turn because of Eschaton stones. She does not have a crit miss effect. It's Olympia / Phylacteria that has the crit miss effect. So she only gets 1 hit there. Do I really want to increase 2 fate here to reroll both of these? I will. She's going to go from 3 fate to 5 fate to reroll both these dice. That was kind of an accident, but we'll keep. Oh, and crit. Okay. All right, so she crits there, and she gets a full hit. So we're going to get 3 red power dice from the weapon, 1 red power die from Maze Runner, and let's draw our BP card here. It's an armored front leg. So she sees that Labby just turn around, and as soon as she sees that grotesque, ugly bull face with tentacles and worm-like shit coming out of the front of it, she just steps up and swipes that front right leg. And so we only need 3. It's not bad. There's no break tokens in the pool. And she does not have any power reroll here. So let's make this dramatic. We're gonna roll this 1 at a time. Boom, 1. Boom. Uh-oh, 0. Boom. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh. Woo. I was getting nervous there. That would have stunk to start off. That would have stunk to start off with a miss there. But we get 3 power there. I don't know why I put those on top. I didn't need to do that. So we will wound that, and we have the crit effect here of until the end of battle. When attacked from any of the weak spot spaces, the Labyrinthauros has a -1 to hit. So that's nice, considering we have a bunch of people with despair tokens. So we're going to take that, put that in our wound pile. Let's go ahead and get our, let's move that up. Let's get a wound counter die here. Do we see it? That's a good spot for it. Can y'all read that? Kind of. Good enough. So that's going to be 1 wound. Then we're going to escalate our deck here. I'm going to go back to, let me try going back to this view. So we have a BP deck that we're going to add a BP2 into. Stop at 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have another BP1 on top. Remove an AI1 from the AI deck and add a AI2 in there. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Oh, we have an AI2 on top. Then we will go, we cleared the Kratos pool, but there's nothing to clear. We will go into our second ability window. And let's see what she has. She has nothing of value from her weapon. The only thing she has is the stuff from her Kratos table, so she's going to get 1 opening, 1 break. Opening, 1 break. Does it help if I go in on that? Sure. And then also on her Kratos table, she has a reposition 1, which we can stack with the reposition 1 on her long-mast spear to get reposition of 2. And additionally, she has vault. So like something we could do if we wanted to get creative, we could say reposition our Maze Runner here and then vault over Labyrinthauros and get on that labyrinth tile. And the nice thing of doing that with the Maze Runner is that she has that evasion bonus from being on the labyrinth tiles. So why not? Let's go ahead and do that. I was gonna have these two stay down in this corner, but why not? Let's be fun. Let's use the abilities on our Kratos table, and let's move people around, and we'll see how it goes. Change up our style. So that, I think, will end her second ability window. Checking. Yeah, okay. And then because she used her movement first, her turn is done as soon as her combat action ends. Or actually, you know what? Something we could do instead. So she was here. With despair tokens, you get to ignore the despair tokens, the penalty from despair tokens, if you are adjacent to another Titan. So we could have her help out we could have her help out Herodotus, or we could have her help out another Titan. Let's have her help out Herodotus. So we're gonna have her reposition 1 here, and then go over, vault over, and be behind. I can't remember. I think you can split reposition up. I have to double check this. If you can split reposition up into like reposition 1, vault, and then reposition again. Let me see if I can check that. Okay, I didn't see anything specific on this in the law of ATO, but maybe I searched for the wrong thing. But in Discord, it seems like the consensus is that you cannot split the reposition up. So that's fine. We don't need to anyway, but I was curious. So that will end her turn, and next we are going to go with Herodotus. So go ahead and activate him. And I think we're going to start off with the attack. We could use movement first and just use the movement to get some of his stuff back here, and the benefit of doing that is that we have a reflex in case we need to reflex away from a bad wound response. But sometimes I like having the like he has abilities to stand up, and I like having the movement ability after attacking, because he might change where he goes during this attack, he being good old Labby. So if he moves, I want the freedom to be able to potentially move afterwards too, and like get more information before I decide what I want to do with that movement ability or movement action. So we're going to attack first. We will gain a rage going from 0 to 1. And we're going to use the Temenos scale shield because we're only trying to attack a BP1, and we have a +1 on that, and we I would like to have higher accuracy. I would prefer to just know that I'm not going to fully miss this. Plus, we also get an opening token from this as well. I think that's kind of the main reason, is that I want to use this for another Titan, potentially having Phyloctera attack with the Pyramidion afterwards. Having an extra opening token in there will be nice. So for this, we're going to get two dice. We already increased our rage, and we need a normally we would hit on an 8 or higher, but we have +1 from Temenos Scale Shield, we have +1 from our opening token, and we're going to ignore the penalty from the Despair token because we are adjacent to another Titan. So we are going to roll. Oh, actually, I need to put this crit somewhere because I already forgot that I have a minus or a +1. Essentially, I have a +1 to hit Labyrinthauros if I'm in a weak spot. But whatever, it's fine as it is. For argument's sake, just to point out, like if I had kept Maze Runner in this spot in that maze tile, I could move Herodotus here, but I don't think I'd be adjacent because I think the those red lines break adjacency, if I remember that correctly. So we're just going to roll this as is. So we have, what do we say? +2 total, so we need 6 or higher to hit. We got a 9 and a 5. So we'll keep that 9. Move that over here. Just put this 10. We're going to spend a fate. I'm getting pretty high in fate early on in the fight. Not the best. Ooh, and that was a 4 that we rolled. So we only hit with 1 die there. So we're only going to have 1 die from Temeno's Scale Shield and 1 die from the what's it called? The Titan. I am gonna retcon something. I'm going to use, I should have done this before his turn started. I'm going to use the 1 rage here to give Herodotus an extra rage because I want to give him, I want to, I think, get him the priority target eventually. So I want to move him up to 2 rage. So I'm going to do that. And then we are going to draw a BP card. Ooh, and we need to get 4. We're going to be pretty unlikely to wound this. We do have a power reroll now that if we're at 2 rage, so let's reroll 1 of these. We would need, we have a 1 in 6 chance of getting this. Yeah, no, it does not wound. So we fail that. There is no fail effect. We do not get rid of that despair token that we have because we did not wound. So it sticks around. This is going to go into our BP discard pile. We will get an opening from our Temeno's Scale Shield. I'm going to keep the break from our Kratos table. And yeah, unfortunately that's going to end. Oh no, I'm sorry. We still have the movement from Herodotus. Yeah, I think I am just going to probably use that movement to get his reflex back rather than moving somewhere else. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, moving on. Here, we can attack either with Solon or we can attack with Phylacteria. What would probably be a better choice or more tactical choice in this case would be like maybe just taking Phylacteria and Solon and moving elsewhere, and just preparing for the next primordial round. But we're gonna do the stupid and aggressive thing, and we're just gonna probably attack with both of them. And if it doesn't work, then we'll put ourselves in a bad situation and see what we can get out of it. But I'm not really that worried about losing to Labyrinthauros, knock on wood. Like we have good stuff. His attacks don't do a ton of danger. Yeah, let's just see what happens. So we actually have to go first with Solon because he has that Fated Nemos ability where he cannot go last in the primordial round. Yeah. Unless you're the only other living Titan. Unless you're the only living Titan, I should say. Okay. So Solon's gonna go. We can't move him into the weak spot, can we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, the first well, we could, if we really wanted to, we could use his Iolopile engine and get +2 movement. But I don't think we really need to. Maybe we do, honestly. I would like to save Arrow Barrage for Phylacteria because she has Dread, and I would like to make sure, I would really like to guarantee that we can get rid of that from her. Okay, yeah, so maybe here's what we can do. We can just gather everybody around Labyrinthauros and see how that turns out for the next primordial round. So what I'm thinking, let me pull this back into like our full view here. What I'm thinking is that like if we have Solon go down here during his attack, we kind of just hope that we can hit. Oh, we really don't want a full miss, but like if we bring him down here and then we have him attack, regardless of if he wounds or not, as long as he just doesn't fully miss, we can have him reposition over here. Then when it's Phylacteria's turn, we could have her use her Nemos to get +1 movement to be able to move to this space because it'd be 6 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we could be sitting here She would then be adjacent to Solon, which would allow her to ignore the minus precision from Despair. She would be in the weak point, so she would get that +1 precision from this crit that we had. She would also be able to ignore some of the penalty of Dread. That would put her at... oh, actually, no. She can already ignore some Dread anyway with this, so we don't really have to worry about Solon being adjacent. Okay, so we don't have to do that. So instead, let's just have Solon. I mean, we're still going to be kind of dumb with grouping everybody up here, but Solon's going to move there onto that space, and we're going to attack. No, we are still going to do this. So he was here. So we're going to have him go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because he also has a Nemesis ability that allows Titans adjacent to him to get +1 precision. So we would like to use that. So we are going to actually use Arrow Barrage on Solon. I'm sorry for Phylacteria, but we're going to do it. Let's get 2 more opening tokens in here. So now Solon is going to attack. We're going to increase his rage from 1 to 2. And then he has one die to hit. He has 3 opening tokens in the pool. Oh, I need to change this to here. He has 3 opening tokens in the pool, but he has 1 despair token, so he's going to have a net of +2 to his attack. So he needs 6 or higher. 7. All right. We're not going to chase crits yet. BP1 anyway, so so we're going to draw a BP card here. Is there anything we actually need to do in the first ability window? We don't have any first ability window things, I don't think. So yeah. We got our plated beast head. Ooh, and only 2? Oh man, a crit would have been nice there, but definitely not worth it. Like worth a potential full miss for the bonus attack. Bonus attacks are great, especially when you're doing it with a heavy hitter. So we are going to get 2 black dice and a red die for this power roll. Go ahead and do a roll. Boom. Oh, that's plenty. So that's 2, 4, 5, that's 6 total. We only needed 2, so we wound. There is no wound effect, but we would get to ignore it anyway because of Mace. So we are going to put this in our wound stack here, increase our wound counter to 2. Then we will do an escalation. That was a 1, so we'll get a 2 into our deck here. There's not really an easy way for me to do this. 3, 2, 1. Okay, BP2 on top. Remove an AI1. Comes out, replaced with an AI2. Do a little shuffle. 3, 2, 1. Okay, AI2 on top. And now we are in, we're going to clear all this stuff out. Get some good rolls going here. Not even using white dice anytime soon, but I just like to have them set up in a nice spot. Second ability window, we will leave, let's see, first we want to reposition 2. So we're just going to have them all lined up. If Labyrinthauros does a zone attack, I totally deserve this. Talking about how I'm not worried about him doing any kind of big attack. It's fine to have everybody grouped up here. I totally deserve to get screwed over in this spot. We'll see how it goes. We do get rid of the despair token because we wounded. So now the only thing that we have left to decide is, do we want to choose between... Oh, actually, we did not do a power reroll, and he has a Spartan Dreamwalker pattern on his Titan. So we get to leave a break token from the Rage 2 thing. And so now we have to decide, do we want another break or do we want an opening? Let's think about Phylacteria. When she moves up, she will be in the weak spot. She's going to have, let's see, -2 from Dread. She ignores Despair, so it's still just -2. She's going to have +1 from being on the weak spot. from our crit. So it's going to be -1 so far. And then she's going to have +1 from Soul. We need another opening token, is what I'm seeing. Okay, so yeah, we will just have 1 opening, 1 break. And we will be happy with that. Yeah, okay, and then that's going to end Solon's turn. So we go back to this. And now we're going to go, last but not least, with Phylacteria. Activate her. We're going to activate her Nemos to gain +1 movement for this movement action. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are going to increase our rage from 0 to 1. And we are going to have +1 total to our 2 hit. Because we have -2 from Dread, +1 from the crit from the armored front leg. So we're at -1 total. Then we're at a net of 0 from the +1 position that we get from Solon's Nemos from being adjacent to him. And then, yeah, we're ignoring the Despair token, and then we have +1 from the opening token. So total +1, so we need a 7 or higher to hit. And we're gonna have, I'm feeling good about this. We're gonna wound. We're gonna, I'm not gonna be greedy. I don't think we're gonna crit on this one. I don't think we're gonna crit. So let's go ahead and roll. 7 or higher is what we need. Oof, okay. So at least 1 hit. All right, that's okay. We'll take a fate to reroll crit die here. 7, woo, all right. That was, I'm glad you can't see my face and my hands when they're not on the table, because I like clapped above my head. It's like some Donkey Kong shit that I just did. Okay, I'm so glad you can't see that, but it was so funny. All right, so that was 7. We gotta charge this up to 10. So great, we're gonna get 2 black dice and 2 red dice. And we're gonna draw our BP card. We don't have any, oh yeah, I keep forgetting that it has a crit miss effect on it. We did not roll a crit miss, we rolled a 3 in the beginning there. So really have to be careful with that. And then we're gonna draw our BP card here, 5. Okay. Here's how this is gonna go. So this is a wound effect where if we wound, we get to lose Maze Touch from an Argonaut. I haven't had Maze Touched yet on any of my Argonauts. So like I've gotten this wound response on this BP and another BP multiple times. Hasn't been useful. As soon as I start going back to fighting Hecaton for a while, that's when I'm gonna get Maze Touched, and I'm just gonna be, whatever. Just calling it now. Anyway, so we have our power roll here. We need 5 or higher. That might be just enough. We're gonna have 2, 3, 4, and then we have a break so we can get a 5. So we're good. We don't need to use a power reroll. We just wound. Amazing. I love it. Getting that first wound off with Pyramidion is always just a relief. What we're going to do is we're going to lose our Despair here. So the only person who still has a Despair is Herodotus. We're going to note on our Pyramidion here that we have our 4th tally mark. Because we have just resolved the Face Your Fear effect of a Dread card, and because of that, we're going to discard that card and then get 2 positive precision tokens. Okay. I should go to the gym after this. I'm feeling like a bum right now. Anyway, I'm not feeling like a bum because I'm kicking Labby's ass though. So let's see. Okay, we did all those things from getting a wound. Now we're going to use the wound effect, but nothing really happened. So we're going to add this to our wound stack. Go from 2 to 3 wounds. Then we're going to, let's move these out of the way here. Charge them up for their next amazing roll. That's clearly not good enough. That needs to be sitting like that. And then, sorry if I'm like making, I don't know if you can hear some of these noises with my mouth, but I've been like stifling a couple of yawns here. So now we're going to escalate. That was a 2, so we're going to get a 3. So there's I know the AI 3 on top was not his ultimate, so we don't have to worry about that coming into play, but yeah, you could argue it was maybe a little bit of a dumb move to get, like, to just try to get a BP3 in, or I'm sorry, an AI wound a BP2 right before the primordial is about to go, because now I risk getting an AI 3 on top. But we're not cowards. I say as a zone attack is about to just completely fuck me. 3, 2, 1, stop. Oh, shoot. 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 That's not good. That's not good. And it was my... I hope I haven't been getting noise on my microphone. I just realized it's a little clipped off to the side here. Let me pause the video and adjust it really quickly. Okay. I think that should be better. I'm worried my zipper on my jacket was kind of hitting the microphone there. Okay, so for the rest of this, we'd escalated. Now we need to clear the Kratos pool. And we're going to get an opening token from Pyramidion. And then we can get an opening or a break. Let's do a break because we'll get our arrow barrage back for the start of the next Titan round. Is there anything else that we wanted to do? Well, we can't really do... Oh, I'm an idiot. Well, I mean, I'm glad this worked out, but I totally forgot that I had her Analyticos module, and I could have used this to get an opening token in for that last attack. So we got really lucky that we hit... Oh, I would have been so pissed at myself if I did not wound because I missed, because of not remembering the Analyticos module. This is why it's tough sometimes to forehand Titans, but there's the positive effect of it. Like, I think this kind of goes... I'm going to go off on a tangent here. Let's go to our full battle view. With games with like... where you're like the co-op games that you're like trying to solo, there's always that balance of you get somewhat of an advantage with soloing that, because yes, if you have multiple players, you can oftentimes communicate what you want to do, but like if it's just you thinking, then you are already kind of on the same page with yourself, like you know information. For instance, in Gloomhaven, like the big advantage is that you know exactly what initiative one character is going to go with compared to another, as opposed to using like very generic terms like fast or slow. But like I think there is a downside to it, because you there's so much information for one person to try to process. And it's easier to miss things, in my opinion, when you just have one person piloting everything, because you don't have somebody else double checking those things. Like, I'm sure people are probably watching these videos. Like, I watch these videos back just to make sure that, like, I mean, I probably go about it in the wrong order, because I usually end up publishing on YouTube and then watching it back to see if there's something that I need to, like, if there was something that I missed, like, oh shoot, do I need to take that down? I should probably watch it first before I put it back up, but whatever. I don't know. I think the most views I have on a video right now is like 10. So I'm not that worried about it. But anyway, I'm sure people are watching some of these videos and they're finding things that I'm doing wrong or suboptimal. And I like to think I'm actually pretty good at the game. I have played so many hours of this game. I know like a lot about it. I've made it really far in the challenge mode, but it's a lot of information to have, and that information gets more and more and more as you go into each cycle, and you're just more likely to forget things or to miss things that it's like, oh shoot, like I intentionally brought this into the battle for this specific reason. Then you could argue, well, that's part of the battle, you know, you forgot to use it, like just in the heat of battle, hey, you're not thinking straight, like you might miss something. But to me, I like these tactical board games because they let you just sit there and try to think through problems. And I'm trying not to just sit here in analysis paralysis on these recordings. Like I could try to pause them and think between every move and every turn, but I don't know. I don't really want to do that, mainly because I'm kind of terrified of like forgetting to unpause. So that's why sometimes I'm a little bit forgiving of like, oh, let me go back and revert this like, change, like the thing with Herodotus with the rage. You know, I in my head I didn't, you know, I hadn't talked about it out loud, but in my head I knew I wanted to get his rage up to be able to get him the priority target maybe next round. And I hadn't talked about it, but the net result of that is that I ultimately gave myself an advantage of. I gave him a power reroll, and did I end up using that? I think I did end up using that. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's impossible to play this game and be go through an entire campaign and to have played it 100% correctly, because I think there are still some rules that are kind of up to interpretation and aren't necessarily fully defined. Like the splitting of reposition, for instance. The conversation I saw on that was ITU Into the Unknown said at one point in Discord that like if a keyword is stackable, it has to be stacked unless it says otherwise. But somebody was saying that, well, actually, it might have been Artifice who was in this discussion. The person who wrote the Law of ATO, but it was basically saying like, well, you've only said that in the Discord. There's no official ruling for that. Like, so how do we define something that like this stacking isn't mandatory? I don't know. I'm going off on a long tangent here just to say that like, I think if you're playing this game, like don't just like fudge things if you need to so that it's a fun challenge for you. Like if you can reasonably justify to yourself that you would have done something like this, you should have done something like this, and like you blanked on it. I don't know. To me, that's fine. It's a gray area between like that is technically cheating. Yes, by rule that is cheating. But like I'm posting these videos online, I haven't gotten a comment yet, but if the comments started coming back saying like, oh, like you cheated here, it's like whatever. I'm having fun, and this is a challenge for me, and I'm having a good time with it. So anyway, I'm glad to have interrupted this combat with some tangent of this whole thing. That probably won't be the first time I go off on that tangent. I'm sure in like a week I'll forget that I did that and give that same exact speech. Again, where the fuck were we? Let's see. We escalated. We finished, I think, our entire turn with Phylactra there. I need a drink of water real quick. Damn. Woo. Okay. So, though, I think we're just ready to move on to the Primordial round. Let's do that. Yeah, I have an opening and a break in there. That's the correct tokens to have for this, right? Because I had an opening from Pyramidion. We put in a break from our creative. I'm just making sure that I didn't forget that these were in there. Yeah, no, I'm good. Okay. Good. So let's go ahead and reset all of our Argonaut readiness tokens. Then we're going to move over these. Boom, boom. Get that dog hair out of the way. And then let's draw this AI3 and see how screwed we are. Please don't be a zone attack. Please don't be a zone attack. It's not a zone attack. Let's see. True Horn of the Other Side. The creature rears its true head. Its gaze pierces right through you. Target is priority target in range. Maze Runner is our priority target right now. So let's go ahead and make her the target, and we'll put that in the spot that you can see it. Priority target in range. We are going to move and attack, and we have a window of opportunity there. So we just have to turn. Ooh, very interesting. We have I'm looking at the future parts of the card here. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that Fate Gate. Ooh, That is a crappy fate thing, though. The after attack is interesting. There's Labyrinth, and then Trample, and then Labyrinth. So I don't think I really care to do anything during this first ability window because, like, sure, I could reflex one. I can only reflex one backwards. I'm like thinking about, is there a way that I can optimize like how these labyrinth tiles get placed down? Because we know that the first one is going to be a square, the second one is going to be an L, because we haven't placed any labyrinth tiles yet, so we know that those are coming. And since the first one's going to be a square, like even if I labyrinth one backwards, it's going. Oh, maybe I can use the pencil here. Yes, I feel. Look at. I don't know. I feel so astute pointing things out with a pencil. But like we know the square is going to have to take up these 4 spaces anyway. I guess it could take up these 4 spaces. Oh, actually, maybe that's better, because it has to get placed under our priority target, or our target of the attack, I should say, and then it has to maximize the number of titans it's placed under in total. So it has to, like, for the square, it can get placed under at least one other titan, so it would have to be the Herodotus or Solon. So, okay, but I don't think there's any benefit to reflexing backwards, so we're not going to worry about that in the first ability window. So let's just move on to the attack portion. Oh, and you turn him around so his ugly face is staring straight into me. What did it say? It was a cool text. The creature rears its true head. Its gaze pierces right through you. Yeah, what the fuck is this thing, really? You know, just like some worm thing that's just like taken over this mechanical bowl that Daedalus had initially built. Yeah, it's really cool. I need to read those technology excerpts more. Anyway, so we have 2 dice at 9 or higher. Each hit deals 3 danger. Ooh, that is a lot of danger. Checking to see. Okay, so I'm hoping to at least avoid one of them. Because if we get hit by both, that's going to end up being 7 danger, which would put us at 9. That's not a obol draw, but that sucks. So if we get down to 1, then that's 4, then we're at 6, and we still want to stay at a major trauma. Anyway, okay. So I'm hoping to. I just really want to evade one of them. Oh yeah, and actually I have to remember, well, let's hope I don't get a crit evade fail, because then that would cause me some distress. Shit. Oh, damn it. So the reason this sucks is because now the Unseen Scar negative effect takes place. Discard this card and places the Labyrinth tile under your Titan. So it has to go. So there's no knockdown or anything like this. So I don't think it is. I don't think it'll actually interrupt the rest of the attack. Like, I think I can still re-roll both of those. I should try to place this in a way, like, if I could place it like this. But then if I place it like that, the downside is that Labyrinthauros could still place the square labyrinth tile, and like I want to reduce the number of labyrinth tiles that he's going to be placing. So if I place it like this, or something like that, north to south, then he won't have a valid spot to put that square labyrinth tile when he goes into the after attack there. So with that in mind, do I care which orientation it's in? I think I like this more, because if it's like this, then Solon is a bit more sectioned off. If it's like this, like we would kind of prevent Solon from being able to go to the northwest. But if we do it like this, we have a little bit more freedom of movement. So let's place it like that. These guys are just going to be lined up like that. So we'll place that down. Also, I hope the screen is a little bit easier to see on this battle mat. This is the premium battle mat that I think reflects a little bit less light than the cardboard does. So I'll have to compare the two, like the previous battle and this battle, to see how it's looking. But okay, so we're gonna just turn Unseen Scar over, so it's discarded. And then we're gonna do, we still have some free rerolls from our Glimmer Shroud, so we're gonna use 2 of those, 2 6s. Oh, darn. So we're gonna get hit by both of these. I mean, I can make new Maze Runner Titans, but I really don't want to have to lose the Maze Runner Titan in the first battle, or I guess this is the second battle that I'm really using her. I think I used her in that Temenos fight when I was trying to get the Pyramidion early on. So that's going to be 2 hits. So that's going to be 3 + 3 + 1. So that's going to be 7 danger, bringing her from 2 danger to 9 danger. 9. We can't use this Promethean Strain, like this says lose 1 danger at the cost of exhausting this trauma table. We cannot use that because that's a free action. So we have nothing that would reduce our, oh yeah, and here, here's the kicker with all this. The Eschaton Stones are gonna they're gonna fuck us on our turn, because even if let's assume we survive this trauma draw that we're about to have to take, every turn we're gonna be going, well, actually we could save ourselves for future turns, but for the first turn at least, we're gonna be at the start of our turn, Eschaton Stones are gonna cause us to go from 9 danger to 10 danger, and then that automatically is going to have us do a trauma draw, and in this case it's going to be an obel draw. So Maze Runner may not be long for this life, unfortunately. Yeah, okay, sorry, I was looking at cards to see if there's anything I want to do before I do this trauma draw. But okay, we're gonna have a grave trauma draw here. I'll do it and flip it over here. The silence is just me being sad, and in denial, and seeing if there's anything I can do. I know there's nothing I can do to prevent this. Oh man, I have so often debated if I want to like house rule that disemboweled cards actually do still trigger an awakening roll. Man, maybe at some point in the future we'll house rule that, but we won't do it here. We're gonna shuffle that back into our deck here. Bang. There's the there is a, what's it called, a mercy rule, and I think mercy is a very generous way of putting it. That if a Titan dies, then when they die, any of the remaining effects of the attack don't happen, but only for effects that were targeting that Titan. So like I don't really know how that is so much as mercy, more so as it's, well, how else would you deal with it in the rules? Because Labyrinth, Trample, they're not targeting the Titan, so they're still gonna happen. I don't know, if it was like something like knockback, okay, well, how would you knock back her dead carcass? Sorry, I'm just why I love this game, because bad shit happens and you just have to deal with it. So we have our we took her off the map. We're gonna put it on her thing there, and we'll just mark her as like permanently deactivated. Priority target token, I think, has to go to the person with the next highest rage, right now, Solon and Herodotus are tied at 2. I'm definitely going to prefer to give it to Herodotus. All right. Well, now, you know what? Now I'm really pissed at Labby because now I really want to get another core because I have to I need a new core that I can use to replace the Maze Runner. I have to, but fuck you, man. Like, you owe me another one. All right. So movement attack, we did the stuff, we did the trauma draw, we did not like it. After attack, we're going to do Labyrinth 1. There is no valid place that we can put that square labyrinth tile that would be both in front of and adjacent to, like, at least somewhat touching the labby. So we don't place it. Then the next tile, we don't labyrinth again yet. We do trample first. So that is going to be a 1, 2. Oh, do I want to reflex away? Let's see, where is he going to end up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's here. And then 6, 7. So he's here. And then he's going to turn the face to most Titans. So we could either have him facing east or south. East would be better, facing south would be better for attacking because then the weak spot would be here and we'd be able to get to it more easily. But then the risk with him facing south is that he could trample into this, and I really don't want that. So he would end up here facing east. And I don't think, I'm not going to bother reflexing one with Herodotus, I don't think. It's not worth it. Oh, the card is screwed up there. I just pushed the AI2 card on the AI pile in because it was just bothering me and it was sticking out. So yeah, I think we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn 6, 7. He's got to move away from the most Titans initially. And then, yeah, we'll have him facing east. And then he's going to Labyrinth 1 again. I did kind of forget about that. Do I want to have him facing this way? Because he would have to put the Labyrinth tile here. Because he can put it under a Titan that way. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, tactically, I would really like to have him facing down this way, and then I think that would allow me to get the most freedom to be able to, like, more reliably attack with more Titans this round. But I don't like losing diplomacy from trampling those city tiles. So I am going to have him place it this way. It screws over Herodotus and Solon a little bit because now Herodotus can only go up and out that way. And Solon can't go up and forward that way. He would have to go down and around. I think he would still have enough movement to get through. He can go up to 7 with his Aeolipile engine. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, we'll do that. I don't want to lose that diplomacy. Oh, well, I guess with that in mind, so with that in mind, I could have, maybe this is where it would actually be beneficial for me to reflex. Because if I had, let's just say, if I use that, we won't use it yet, but if I had reflexed before the trample, if I had reflexed here, I now get more flexibility in terms of where I can put this. For instance, I could go like that. Because otherwise he's gonna suffer 1 danger. Nah, let's just stick with what we had. Let's do that. I don't know. This fight will be interesting to see the outcome of it, because I am pursuing this fight overly aggressive, I think, for Labby. So it'll be good to compare this one to the previous fight where we were a little bit more patient and thoughtful about like positioning of everybody. But good to have the variety there. Okay. So that is going to end that attack and end the primordial round. It is now the Titan round again. I may want to start with Solon because he has the opportunity to hit here and he can't go last anyway, so I might just want to get him out of the way. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, and sorry, we would have to spend a fate and use the Iolopile engine to make that move. And well, him attacking now is going to get him the rate or the priority target token, but we can use Forced Kratos reaction to get it back to Herodotus. And let's just see if we can hit without using any more opening tokens from Arrow Barrage. Or let's see, he'll be at 3 rage, so I could do something like 2 opening, 1 break for Herodotus. And then No, okay, yeah, I'm gonna use Arrow Barrage, I think. So we'll use a charge of Arrow Barrage to get 2 opening tokens in here. Just after losing Maze Runner, I could really use a win with a wound here. So let's move those that way a little bit more. Oh, that's a little off camera. Okay. So we are going to go from 2 rage to 3 rage. We increased rage and we are now the most, so we are going to gain the priority target token. And we need to get a 5 or higher to hit. 5. If it was a BP3, I might crit chase that and re-roll it, but I'm not going to do it for a BP2. Put that over a 0. Anything for... oh, here's something that's maybe worth noting. So Solon is at 2 danger, so he could... he meets the requirements to be able to use Rush. However, we were 7 spaces away, and as far as I know, you can't combine the Iolopile engine with Rush because Iolopile engine technically grants you +2 movement for your next movement action this round. Let's just get a... you know what, let's get our card booster seed out. See, it gives +2 movement for the movement action, and Rush is not actually a movement action. It just costs both your combat and movement actions. So it's not like we could combine, like, okay, say we're going to do Rush and we're going to use the Iolopile engine with it, so we would ultimately get +3 movement total and an auto break. I would have done that if I could, but I think that is not legal. So we are not going to do that, but we just initiated our attack. We need, what did we say, a 5? Oh no, we already rolled the hit. We got that. We have nothing in our first ability window. We're going to get 2 black, 1 red, and yeah, draw our BP card. Okay, Peculiar Growth. AT of 4, no wound response, but we have a fail, and this is the card we would have crit on when we got that Glimmer Shroud that our dead Titan is now just lying somewhere with. Oh, if a Titan dies too, you don't like lose the stuff from them. You recover it. It's just you just lose the Titan. So it's not that bad. It's not the end of the world, and that's why losing Dreamwalker Titans is not terrible. Anyway, so we need 4. We have 1 break. Oh, okay. I think we have what, 1 power reroll? Yes. So we'll probably keep both of these. So that's 2, that's 3. So we just need 1 power symbol on this. All right, come on. I'm feeling it. Whew. I was a little nervous there. I'm not gonna lie. I could have used Death Follows before the power roll, but I would rather save that for a BP3. So we got 4 exactly. No wound response. We will put this in our wound pile. We're now at 4 wounds. That was a BP2, so we're gonna get a BP3 in our BP deck here. Pop in 3, 2, 1. Okay, BP3. Take a AI2 out, replace it with an AI3. Still not our ultimate, which is good. 3, 2, 1. AI1. If I only had, like, I still have 2 of my 3 Titans turns left to take. If I only had 1 Titan turn left, and these were the cards that I had on top, and these were the cards I had on top, an AI1 and a BP3, like mostly because of AI1, I would consider just not attacking with the other Titan, but I'm aggressive, and we have 2 Titans left, so we're at least going to do 1 more attack. So our black dice come out, and our red die comes out, and we clear the Kratos pool, and we will get, let's see, we can reposition 2. Do I want to reposition anywhere? I don't know that I really want to reposition towards the city. Let me come back on that one. We can get, let's see, he's Spartan Dreamwalker, so we'll get at least 1 break from that rage level 2. Then we can also do opening break and opening break. I want 2 opening, 1 break. Who's going next? Probably Herodotus. And we're gonna need those opening tokens for him, I think. Oh, I totally forgot because I didn't reflex with him. He should be knocked down right now. That's not a big deal because I can stand up with him, but he would have suffered crash, so he also would have gotten 1 danger. But he's knocked down, falling, and yeah, okay. Then he's at 2 danger now. He went up from 1 danger to 2 danger. So we kind of have to go with Herodotus next anyway because Phyloctera can't reach Labby. So I should be on this view anyway. So let us do Solon next. Nope, I'm sorry, not Solon, Herodotus. Activate him. Oh, and then we already went with Solon, sorry. I'm activating Solon, so he's done. Then for Herodotus, we are going to use his Nemos ability to stand up. Then we're gonna run up and I mean, we could rush. We're gonna go from 4 fate to 5. Oh, sorry, I don't know if I was just thinking this in my head, but we're gonna do 2 opening tokens. We didn't finish Solon's second ability window. 2 opening tokens and a break from Solon. We're not gonna reposition from him. So now with Herodotus, we have a -1 from -1 precision from the oh my gosh, what's it called? The Despair token. And then we have 2 openings, so we're going to have +1 overall. Yeah, like part of what I'm debating is I could go with Phyloctera, have her not attack. Like the aggressive part of me is, okay, let's have Herodotus go, hope he gets a trample. Then if he tramples, then Phyloctera could be in position to attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, she could get into position to attack. And then I don't know, but the alternative, the safer side, is probably saying like Phyloctera should actually go first. Use her combat. Let me bring this up. Phyloctera goes first. She doesn't actually attack the primordial. She uses her combat to get this back just to have it. And she uses Analyticos module to say get another opening token in the Kratos pool. And I mean, I feel like that's the smarter play, because right now we would need a 7 or higher to hit. We'd probably be going with Jawbone Axe because we're going after a BP3 when we attack with Herodotus. 7 or higher to hit. Do I really think I can get that on both dice? I think 1 opening token is going to help me that much more. Whatever. We're just going to go with Herodotus. Okay, so we stood up. We needed to get rid of our knockdown card. And then we are going to move. Oh yeah, do I care about doing... Yeah, I should rush. It's going to cost me a fate, but I could use that auto break that I could get from it. So I'm at 2 danger with him, so I'm going to rush. And it would take me at least 3 spaces to get into the minimum range. So 1, 2, 3. So I met all the requirements for it. And then we are going to attack. So, before I attack, I'm going to use the Force Kratos reaction to bring him up to 3 rage. And then attacking is going to bring him up to 4 rage. So we're going to use our Jawbone Axe to attack right now. I'm going to get some practice rolls in because I haven't been feeling great about my rolls, so we need 7 or higher with these ones, but I'm looking for crits here. Practice, practice, practice. Ooh, that's a crit miss. Practice, 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 practice. Oh, that was a double crit. Well, oh no. Now I'm getting my crits out of the way here. All right, 1 more bad roll. Okay. Oh, well, that was a... Oh my gosh. Oh, that was a... Okay, that was a double crit miss. So I think that's a sign that we can go for our real attack here. So this is our real roll. We need 7 or higher, but I'm going to crit. Oh man, that was not a crit. So we'll just take the hit on that die. And we will spend a fate to re-roll. Green die here, come on. Okay, well at least we got both our hits in. We didn't crit. We got both our hits. We get auto break 1 from using rush. And here's our BP3. Oh, if we had crit on that, we would have the chance to kill Temenos outright. Oh man. I mean, I'm probably not going to wound this anyway, so it's probably... Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, let's just see what happens. I actually don't even know what I'm rooting for here. I kind of want to, like, I want to wound for the sake of wounding a BP3, but also like get drawing an AI card. I'm not gonna be upset if I don't wound it. Wait, I can't. This is basically what I would have to roll. I have to roll super high. This is very unlikely for me to wound. Also, sorry, before I forget, Herodotus needs a priority target token back because he has 4 rage. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll this. We have 2 power rerolls. That's enough. That wounds. I don't know how I feel about that. Honestly, I'm happy, but I'm also a little nervous. Yeah, because 2, 4, 6, and then we have our 2 breaks. That's 8. Okay. Yeah, 1 Argonaut may lose the Maze Touched Affliction, draw, and perform an AI card against the attacker. So we have to draw that card, I think, after the escalation is done. Ooh. And the target is automatically going to be the attacker. At least it's attacking Herodotus. Hopefully we get a low AI card. All right, so this is a BP3, so we're going to take a generic double wound card, put that in our wound stack, increment our wound counter up from 4 to 6. Then we are going to take our BP deck. It would have been a BP1 up top next. We still have one more BP1 in there. But we're going to remove the lowest BP card, which is a BP1, replace it with a BP3, and do a shuffle. At this point, I'm kind of okay with just getting more BP3s. I know I'm going to regret saying that. Okay, stay there, BP2. Mostly because it's like, once I get to an even number, and I'm like if I'm above 5 and I have an even number, I'm okay with just getting BP3s, because if you get to, like if I wound this BP2, then I'm gonna get a, if I wound that, I'm gonna go up to 7 wounds, then I'm gonna have another BP3 in the deck. I think at that point I'll have, what, 3 or 4 BP3s in the deck. And so from that point on, I'm very likely to only get BP3s at that point. And I'm going to have to go up to 11 wounds. So it's basically requiring me to do an extra attack. Like that, wounding that BP2 is almost kind of, other than the extra resources you would get from it, it's kind of a waste. So when I go with Phylacteria, I would probably... Oh no, I got the primordial lore off of her. I would have wanted to use that to cycle the BP2 off the top and see if we could get a BP3 instead, but I can't do that. Shoot. All right. And then, oh, sorry, this goes on the bottom of our BP2 deck because we did not crit it. So now second ability window, we don't get anything from the Jawbone Axe in terms of tokens. We just have, let's get 2 break in there because we have the 2 bonus precision for Phylacteria anyway. I'm not too worried about opening tokens. Who knows, maybe at some point when I'm doing these fights, I'll stop talking as much and just like do the stuff. Stop explaining everything, but I don't know, I kind of like it. It's taking longer than I would like, but I don't mind it. Hopefully you don't mind it either. You who are probably one of 2 people, including myself, to watch this video all the way through. All right, so I think that's everything that we have with Herodotus. Oh, he gets rid of his despair token. So that's good. There was nothing else. So now his turn is over, but before we really end it, we have to resolve that AI card. Oh, and thankfully it's an AI one. Did I escalate the AI deck? Let's see, I have how many BP? Okay, I have 3 BP3s in the backup deck for, okay, I did not escalate the AI deck. Damn it. Oh, too good to be true. Oh, right, because I made a comment earlier that like, oh, it might, if I was smart, might end the primordial round here, or the Titan round. We're gonna take that out, put an AI. Oh, and it's his ultimate. Oh no. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay. It's still a 1, the last one in the deck. All right, so we're going to draw and resolve that AI card, and it has to be against Herodotus. And we have an AI 3 on the top of the deck now. It's not the ultimate, but it's an AI 3. So this is tunnel vision. In life, its lifeless glass eyes are fixed on you. Target priority. Skip the priority. Skip the targeting because we know it's Herodotus. Move and attack. He's already adjacent and facing Herodotus. And we have, excuse me. We would normally have 3 evasion dice, but because we are at 6 fate with Herodotus, we're going to have 4 hits that we have to try to evade. So we need a 9 or higher on each of these. We got 1 evade, so let's take that off to the side. And then we can re-roll 2 of them for free. So I'm going to take 1 hit. I don't want to use any fate to re-roll these. So we're guaranteed at least 1 hit, and we're going to take 3 hits. Okay. Let's see, with that, each hit deals, oh wait, I'm sorry. I should probably redo the evasion roll because I read this as +1 die to hit. I think this is actually worse, but let's re-roll this. So we're gonna re-roll our evasion roll because the fate gate is actually for danger per hit, not number of evasion dice. So, okay, still need a 9 or higher. Okay, well this is gonna end up being worse, probably. The same. Ooh, crit, evade, failure, no penalty. So I still take 3 hits. Oh man, remember how I was saying like I'm not really afraid of Labyrinthauros and losing to him? Well, I'm about to eat my own words there. So this would be 2 danger per hit. That's 3 hits. That would ultimately be 7 danger. I could block 1. That would reduce it from 7 danger to 5 danger. I'm gonna block 1 because if I think about what's happening next, like I don't want to be at 9 danger and then get trampled. I have reflex, but I wouldn't be in a position to be able to like reflex out of. I'm gonna get trampled. I'm gonna suffer crash from the trample. I'm gonna gain 1 danger, and I'm gonna get knocked down. And so what I need to do is block 1 of these hits, so I'm not at 9 danger. Yeah. Okay. Shoot. I really don't like where this is going because I'm gonna have to draw major or grave trauma. But yeah, so I block 1 of those hits, so I take 2 hits. That's 4 plus 1 danger, so 5. 5 plus that adds to my 2 danger that I already have, so we go up to 7 danger. Oh wait, I forgot about his armor roll. So wait, hold on, sorry, we're at 2. So he's gonna get at least 1 armor die. I would love to knock this down from a grave danger to major trauma. So we're going to increase our fate to 7 so that we get reinforced 2. If we even just get 1 potential symbol, that's a win. We got 2 of them. So instead of increasing by 5 danger, we're going to get 3 danger. So we go from 2 danger to 5 danger. And that's going to be a major trauma. Okay. Place a Z labyrinth tile under your Titan and suffer knockdown. Oh shoot, this is going to be bad. We don't place the labyrinth tile, but you'll see why this is going to suck. This does not get shuffled back in, it just gets to the bottom. Darn. Herodotus may be dying. Okay, so then we did the attack, we resolved the trauma draw. Now we're going to do trample, and Herodotus is going to have to draw an obol from getting trampled on while he's knocked down. Yeah, this is a part of trample. If Labby moves through or ends its movement on a knocked down Titan during trample, then that Titan draws an Obel. So, do I still suffer crash in that point? Like, would I gain a danger? I think he would still gain a danger, because I think there's even an example in the rulebook that talks about, like, if you have to draw 2 Obels at once, then you would just automatically die. And I think the example is like, you have a Titan that is at 9 danger and gets trampled. Like, they'd have to draw an Obel from Labby's trample trait, and they'd have to draw an Obel because of going over danger 9. I think that's actually one of the rare cases where this can actually happen. But yeah, so trample is going to happen. So we're going to go from 5 danger to 6 danger. We're already knocked down, so knockdown doesn't really do anything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to face the most Titans. It has to be west. Yeah, it has to be west. And then Labyrinth 1. There's no valid way to put a Labyrinth tile in front of him, so we skip the Z. The next tile will be an I. And that ends that attack. Boom. Was it worth it? Oh, wait, I actually didn't even draw the Obel card. That's the terrible part about this. So, was it worth it? We're about to find out. I mean, the answer is probably not. All right, let's do this. So here's our 2 Obel cards. This was the one that was on top. Did we survive? No! Shit. And my second chance is on the other half of my exhausted Temina shield. All right, well. First, let's do... let's see if we can roll a 10 here. Oh, shit. That's great to get that on camera. Oh, man. Hell yes. Wow. Okay, you get to see an awakening. This rarely happens. Oh, man, that's an amazing feeling. That's another reason why this game is fucking awesome. Is because you have these, like, moments where you think all is lost, and then you just have some cool comeback stuff. All right, so let's show, I think we already showed the god forms in a previous video. We get to decide which god form we're gonna go into. We have 3 to choose from here. We have Demeter, Poseidon, and Zeus. I mean, Zeus is just always great. But so I think I'm probably gonna say no to Poseidon, because his main thing is that he's really good with dealing with ambrosia, and so I'd like to save him for, like, on the off chance I awaken against the Pursuer. I'd like to have him for the Pursuer. So we have Zeus and we have Demeter, and I think we're probably going to choose Demeter. So unfortunately, the best part about awakening, in my opinion, is that bonus attack. So when you awaken, you get the ability to discard all of your condition cards, condition tokens. I think you also discard your, if you have any despair tokens. I am trying to draw this out as I look it up. You get rid of any despair tokens and any condition tokens, but not ambrosia tokens. You can stand up if you're knocked down, and you can move up to your movement and then perform a bonus attack. Herodotus only has melee weapons. We have this whole maze tile here that, like, we can't go through those red lines. And so even if we used Zeus, who increases movement speed by 2, our movement speed would be 7. And we would need at least, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we would need a minimum of 10 movement to be able to go to attack him. So, you know, yeah, that's a shame. But the other thing that makes Demeter nice against Labyrinthauros is he can't be involuntarily moved or suffer knockdown. So while I think I would still suffer the danger from Crash, I don't have to worry about getting knocked down. Plus I get an extra armor die and all this good stuff and can lose 2 danger. So this is probably a good card for Herodotus to have. Okay, so this is not the sexiest awakening that has ever happened, but it's still an awakening nonetheless. And we're gonna get our fun awakening God form miniature out. The only one that came with the base game is Zeus. You could buy extra ones, but I chose not to. But check that out. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so we're not Zeus. We're Demeter, but you know, Zeus is gonna rep us. Okay, so we take out Herodotus's figure, set him off to the side somewhere. Then we will put Zeus in his place, and we will give Demeter to Zeus. And before we forget, so 2 other things need to happen. Number 1 is that we need to check off that we are using this Zeus God form. Boom. Oh, no, sorry, not Zeus. We just said we're not doing Zeus. We're doing Demeter. And then we will also have to worry about an adversary activation. And so the adversary that I think was like around this area on our map tile is going to have to move north 1. So I'm just going to set this here as my own reminder of like, that's our adversary activation that we have to account for. And something like that could, you know, if he was closer, it could trigger him to just immediately do a battle after this against the pursuer. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so then for the rest of our God form stuff, we can move up to our movement speed. We're also not knocked down anymore, so we'll get rid of that. And we can move up to our movement speed. And is there anywhere in particular that we want to move to? I don't know, maybe just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, so we're going to be able to attack with Phyloctera next. So if we assume that she causes trample, and he goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then turns to face the most Titans, he's going to end up facing south or east. And then, yeah, okay. So this is good. Yeah, this is I think this whole battle, this is kind of a tangent again, but this whole battle I think is a good example of like why out of reach evades can be really good for primordials where you're able to do them, because like we did not set ourselves up well for that. Where if you compare this to the first battle we did an OOR evade on like what, 2 of the 4 AIs, I think, if I remember correctly. I think we only resolved 4 and we evaded 2 of them, but okay. So we don't get to do a bonus attack there. The priority target now is going to stay on Herodotus / Oleander because of this awakening. So even if somebody else gets more rage than him, it'll still be on Oleander. Okay. So that is now ending this attack. We need to shuffle our Obel cards here. I'm just going to talk out loud until I forget which is which, and then we're going to roll a die, and we're going to do our modulus operator. And there. Okay, let's do 5. So we'll swap that down. Okay. Put this here. And now we're gonna go with, let's see, so there's our full view right now. We have what, a BP2 on top and AI3 on top. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's a part of me is thinking I shouldn't attack right now, because if I attack and I wound this BP2, like, we cannot end the battle this round. And at least at this round, we know that we're not going to get the ultimate done on us. So if we attack that BP2, it could be kind of a waste. But on the other hand, it does at least get Phylacteria another rage. And we're going to have to get that BP2 knocked out anyway. So watch me continue to make bad decisions here. We're going to attack. We're going to go with Olympia. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's in the weak spot, so we get a +1 to hit him. We have our +2 tokens here, so she's going to attack, and she's going to have +3 total. 1, 2, 3. So we're looking for 5 or higher. Is there anything? Oh, did we want to use our Analyticos module? Yeah, why not? Let's get another opening token in there. That way she's got +4 total, and she only needs 4 or higher to hit. But we're going to crit on this one. I can feel it. We're not critting on this one. But hey, it prevented us from doing a reroll. So what's 3 hits? That's a full hit. We have nothing in our, what's it called? First ability window. So we are going to gain, or we're going to draw our BP card. Put it there. And we need 5 or higher to hit, 5 or higher to wound. So we're going to get 2 reds and 2 blacks. Oh wait, why did I roll 3 dice to hit? Whatever, all 3 of them hit. I should have only rolled 2 dice. All right, so we need 5 or higher. We have a reroll. I don't think we should need it. That's 3, 4, 5, just on the power symbols alone. So we wound. That's going to immediately cause a trample. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then turn to face the most titans. North is 1, east is 2, south is 1, west is 0. So we're going to face east in this case, because I don't want him facing away from... number 1, I don't want him facing towards the city. Number 2, I might want him to... oh, actually, here's what we can do. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is perfect. Because Phylacteria is just barely within range of him if he's about to attack. And so this could be a good chance to OOR evade, assuming that he goes for the furthest titan in front in range. So that was a BP2. I'm going to put that in our pile, go up to 7 wounds. We're going to escalate our BP deck by adding another BP3 in there. Yeah, I hope I think my microphone keeps kind of like scraping against my jacket a little bit. Oh, I don't really know how I feel about having a BP1 at the top there. So hopefully it's not really being annoying in the video. But let's see, so now AI deck escalation, we did a 2, so I got to take out a 2 and put in a 3. We are now guaranteed to have an AI3 in the deck or on our next AI card. So we're going to hope that it's not the ult. Just stop at 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's just a 3. Ooh, a little nervous. And then second ability window, clear the Kratos pool, and then second ability window. We're going to get an opening from Pyramidion, and we will get, I guess, just a, I mean, maybe I could, arguably I should do another opening token because it's a BP1. Let's do a break, just in case. And then she did not have to reroll one. She does have reposition one, but I don't think she wants to. Oh, actually, so here's what I'm thinking. Maybe she does want to reposition one and get here, because then when Labyrinthauros attacks, he's going to be able to move 7, assuming that he's going to target furthest in front in range. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He'd be able to get to here, but she can do an advanced reflex and get to here. So Labby would be here. And I was thinking maybe does that help out the other Titans at all? I mean, it prevents Solon from having to reflex. But I don't think Solon's going to be in range to attack this round anyway. If we did this, and let me put this here for now. So assuming Labry was here, would our God form be able to attack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? He could do that with his Iolopile engine. Yeah, I mean, I guess just for the sake of being able to avoid prevent Solon from needing to reflex, this could be good. I don't think Labby has any cards that are like the first targeting line is just closest in sight. Because if that's the case, then he's going to go after Solon. Okay, let's do this. We are coming up on the 2-hour mark, so we're going to start hurrying up a little bit here. All right, so let us end Phyloctera's turn, and we're going to move on to the primordial round. Am I showing the right view? Yes, I am. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. You're dead. One more charge of Arrow Barrage. We're done on Force Kratos Reaction. We have one more charge of Pursuer Protocol. We're going to draw our AI card. Bow to the Labyrinth. Oh, this is a Judgment. We haven't seen a Judgment yet. This would be fun. Target, closest Titan in front in range. Okay, this will be our Herodotus / Demeter. You feel an existential dread, uncomparable to any other. Yeah, so closest Titan in front in range. And that's going to be Herodotus, who is our player 4. And for judgments, judgments are different from attacks. So you're not doing evasion. So like, for example, I can't use this anyway because it's exhausted. But I wouldn't benefit from these evasion rerolls on this because it's a judgment test. It's not an attack. Similarly, if I'm about to take danger from a judgment, my armor dice are actually not going to help me. So the armor on my actual armor and my armor from Demeter are kind of useless at this point. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention with God forms is they get these AT tokens, or not AT tokens, they get these, I can't remember what they're called, but you have a limited number of tokens with them. And it basically limits how many turns you have left with that awakened Titan. And once those tokens run out, I think the Titan dies. I'd have to double check that. I think the Titan does die, but I'm not positive. Hopefully we don't have to worry about that. But at the start of every turn, you have to be able to discard one of these tokens. And if you can't, then you lose the God form or you die. I'll look that up at some other point, but I want to finish this video. So we're about to get attacked with the Judgment. We have let's see, 2 dice in our test, and it's going to be courage or will. So let's use, let's go to this view real quick just to see. For Herodotus / Oleander, we have +0 courage and +0 will. The only two that he doesn't have any damn bonus to. I mean, courage and will are kind of common ones for judgment tests, so I really shouldn't be that surprised by it. Sometimes wisdom, I think, but courage and will are common. Okay, so go back to this view. So we need a 9 or higher. Yeah, so if we had bonuses to our to courage or will, we could choose to that would be what would reduce the number that we have to roll to succeed the test. But in this case, we're going to have to get 9 or higher, and each hit deals 3 danger. We can use fate to re-roll this. Also, after surviving a major or grave trauma or an obol. My heart's conditioning card here says after surviving a major or grave trauma or an obol, lose 1 fate. I mean, I drew the you died obol, but I survived because I awakened. I mean, I would consider that surviving an obol. Oh man, but I feel like there is specific, I feel like this was brought up as a rule before of like, if you draw the you die obol, you didn't technically survive it. Okay, I'll ignore the, that's something else I have to look up to, but we'll just say I don't lose a fate there because I'm not sure on that. So we need 9 or higher. Ooh, all right, we're gonna gain 2 fate. Sorry, I'm just thinking about this. Oh my gosh. If, dang. We're potentially going to lose a crew here. Oh man, that's not good. I mean, we're likely going to lose a crew here unless we roll really, really well. And we did not. Damn. So each hit's going to deal 3 danger. That's going to be 6 danger. We're still going to get the modifier of that 1 extra danger, so that's going to be 7. That's bring us at 13 because we're at 6. So I'm going to have to draw an obol. Oh, man. This sucks. This really sucks. And I am going to draw an obol. So when the Titan, or when an awakened Titan is drawing an obol, we get to add this extra you live card in there. So I'm going to have to shuffle this into the deck. So we have our 3 obols. It's a little bit easier to shuffle and lose track of which one when you have 3 in here. We're still going to do our modulus operator. Oh, okay, so now we roll it. Okay, whatever. So that would be we rotate 1. All right, now we're going to make our draw. And we got just the regular you live. All right, so that's good. So we're going to remove our special you live from the deck. We're going to shuffle these up. All right, 3, 2, 1, stop. And there we go. The opposite of a 10 is a 1. Tell that to your math teacher. It'll make a lot of sense to them, I promise. The opposite of a number. Put that back here. Okay, so I survived the obol. So in that case, let's see. Yeah, that was just a regular you live, so I just lose 1 fate because of my harsh conditioning. And now the Argo is gonna lose a crew. Ah, man. I mean, it wouldn't have even mattered. Like, even if I chose to not re-roll. Dang. The area where this would have mattered would be if we decided not to re-roll and we would have lost that one fate from harsh conditioning before because of awakening. But I do actually think that there was a ruling somewhere that even if you draw the you died obol, like, it doesn't count as you surviving. Oh, I think it has to do with another Titan. Okay, I think this is the correct ruling. So we're down to 2 crew. Damn. Not looking great. Okay, wait, I just lost my stream. There we go. Option, back to our player here. And then after attack, knockback 10, labyrinth 1. Normally you can avoid knockback if you are not adjacent. But actually for primordial attacks, the knockback applies if you are within the attack's range, and in Judgment's case, they have unlimited range, and so I think the knockbacks basically always apply. But the nice thing about our Demeter God form is that you cannot be involuntarily moved or suffer knockdown. So I am not going to be knocked back. And then he's going to basically do Labyrinth 2. So the first Labyrinth tile will be an eye, and he will be able to place that under our Titan there. Oh, geez. I think what we were here. 1, 2. And then he's going to do another Labyrinth, but he has no spaces in front of him that are adjacent that he can get there. So he is done. So that'll end that AI. So that ends the primordial round. All right, now let's mess this guy up. Here's what I think we should do. I think we should go first with Phylacteria, so we can get Analyticos module back, then we can immediately use it to get another opening token in there. Then we go next with Solon, and we go into his weak spot, and then we attack that BP1 with Solon. And then hopefully we have a BP3 that we can then go after with Herodotus/Demeter. That doesn't leave us much room for error if we, like, that's basically requiring that the 2 attacks we're going to do have to wound. But I have pretty high confidence in that. Oh, sorry, I'm still on that page. So let's do it. We're going to go first with Phylacteria. Activate her. She is going to use, let's say, her combat to get these things back. Then she's going to use the Analyticos module, gain a fate, put an opening token in there. Then she is going to move. Maybe she won't move, actually. We'll just have her move back 1. And we're going to end her turn there. Then next, let's go with Solon. And we will have him move over 1. And then we're going to gain a rage and attack. And we have, let's see, we have 2 opening tokens. And then we have +1 from being in the weak spot. So we have +3 total. All right, we're going to get some practice rolls in here. But we need a 5 or higher to hit. Okay, practice. One more. All right, I'm ready for it. Here's a real roll. BP. Okay, nope. We're gonna fate re-roll that. What I meant to say was crit, not BP. All right, come on, crit. Come on. Damn it. Oh man, that stinks. That stinks. Okay, all right. let's not think about it. We're just going to move on with it. So that's a full miss. So that's going to cause everything to come out. Because we have Maze Mace, we're going to get at least a, we're going to get a token into the pool. Let's make it a break. No, let's make it a break. That's fine. These come out. Oh man, we don't go into the second ability window, so we skip all that stuff. Damn, that really stinks. This is not a good battle. Then that is, oh, he should be activated. That was his turn. Then, let's see, finally we're going to go with Herodotus. He will go, we are going to move, oh shoot. I also didn't think this through either because Herodotus, I don't think can walk through the Minos Manos unit. It's destructible. It doesn't say it's an obstacle. Yeah, I guess we can walk through it. The only trait on it is destructible. Okay. So I guess I can walk through it. Do I have enough movement to do it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could go 7. Okay. So at the start of his turn, we have to get rid of one of these charges. And we are going to go... oh man, yeah, we would have to use... at the start of his turn, we can lose 2 danger, I think, right? Yeah, it's part of Demeter's ability. Man. Oh man, yeah, I don't think I've done this battle very well at all. Yeah, screw it. We're gonna do... I really want to wound because I would really like to get rid of that. Like the AI, the ultimate AI was on top of the deck, so we really want to get rid of that. So we're gonna do a movement here. We have 7 movements. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's gonna put him on the weak spot. We can get +1 to hit back there. Demeter doesn't. Oh yeah, Demeter does not have any bonus with to hit there, but we are going to use the opening tokens from Arrow Barrage. So we have 2. Then we have +1 from that crit from earlier. So we're at +3. We have 2 dice because we're going to be attacking with Jawbone Axe. We're going to be going up from 4 rage to 5. And so we need 5 or higher to hit. That's 2 hits. Do I try to crit this on the off chance there's a bonus attack? No, I can't. I cannot reroll this because I'm at 9 fate and I don't want to draw a Moira's card. So I'm good with that. So we will get 2 black dice from our Jawbone Axe. We will get a black die from our God Form because we're upgrading our red Titan die to a black die. And then because we're at 5 rage now, we get a red die from our Kratos table. So we should be able to just smack the shit out of whatever the Underbelly Seal. If we don't wound this, I just need to not play this game. Amazing. All right, so we wound that. We wound a BP1. Good for us. We're at 8 wounds now. Oh, I'm sorry, that did not have any wound effect, right? Yeah, that did not. So I'm going to take these out. Boom, boom. We need to escalate our, I'll go back to this view. Escalate our BP deck. So that was a 1 that we wounded. So we need to get a BP2 in here. Come on, I just want a BP3 on top, please. At this point, it doesn't matter as much, but okay, BP3. And then we need to remove an AI1 from the deck. So luckily we'll be able to add back in, oh, so is there still one more BP1 in the deck there? Oh, AI2. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh man, it's an AI 3. Okay. So we do that, then we have our second ability window. Oh, I should have actually gotten auto break 1 for that. Doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, second ability window. Let's see, we're at 5 rage, so we can do... Ooh, and we're not going to have any openings from Arrow Barrage, so we have to be smart about this. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We'll do 1 opening, 1 break. I'm a bit nervous of full missing at this point. Oh, show this view. So we have our opening and break token in there, and then that's going to end his turn, and we're going to go into a primordial round. I was really hoping that we would be done with this battle, but we're not. Okay. All right. Let's see. We're at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, we can wrap this up. Let's see. This comes off. Those are done. Now we are going to draw the AI card, and it is, oh, Bow to the Labyrinth again. Shoot. At least this time it is not, let's see, it's not Herodotus. We really want to avoid losing losing crew again. So let's go to Phylacteria. 9 or higher, let's check out her courage and will. Where is... It's hidden for me. Courage and will. Olympia. Courage 1, will 0. So, okay, so we're going to have 2 dice at 8 or more for courage. Let's do these 2. Ooh, okay, so this one is good. We have, let's put that there. We can stand to gain 1 fate, I think, right? We just don't want to be at 7 or more fate. So we're going to gain 1 fate. See if we can avoid it with this. Dang, okay. So it's a 2, so we're going to take 1 hit. So we're going to take 4 danger total. It's going to put us up to 5. It's going to be a major trauma draw. Come on, something positive. Something positive. It's going to be positive. I can feel it. Gain 1 Nemos node for a chosen Nemos, then unexhaust that Nemos. Ooh, okay. I mean, to be honest, I don't particularly love either of these Nemoses. Both of them are I think good situationally. Which one would I rather keep long term? Let's just give 1 to Minoan Heritage, so they're tied up, and then we'll let fate decide which one retires first. Okay, so we did that. We resolved our major trauma. Boom. We don't hit that fate gate after attack knockback 10. I did forget about that, but honestly, that's okay because she's not going to be going anyway. So she's going to hit this wall back here. She's going to suffer crash from that and suffer knockdown. So gain 1 danger, suffer knockdown. Gosh, I'm dropping everything. And then Labyrinth 1, which is really Labyrinth 2, but both spaces in front of, what's it called? Labyrinthauros are occupied with indestructible tiles, so nothing happens there. That ends that. Okay. BP3. Let's see. Herodotus, I think this is probably your time to shine. Or maybe we do Solon? Shoot, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, Herodotus slash Demeter feels like the easy answer because he's going to have more power and he has less of a chance of full missing. We might be drawing a Moira's card if we have to re-roll some things. But yeah, we're going to go with Herodotus slash Demeter. So activate you. We're going to start by... Do I want to start by attacking? Yeah. No, let's use movement to get all of our stuff back real quick. Ooh, I could attack with Temenos Scale Shield, which would help leaving an opening token. And like just saying, okay, maybe we try to be safer with that, but no, screw it. I want a damn core out of this fight. I got screwed in this fight, mainly because I was overly aggressive, but give me my damn core. So we are attacking, we're attacking with Jawbone Axe. Fuck you, Labyrinthauros, I'm coming for that core, even if it costs me a Moira's card. All right, so we're no practice rolls either, we're just going for this. Crit, baby! All right, I'm going to have to re-roll one. I'm going to have to gain a Moira's card here. Okay, sorry, I was looking up something with the Moira's cards because it doesn't really apply here, but I was curious if I had to re-roll both dice, I would gain 2 fate. I think that still just counts as you just gain 1 Moira's card, but that's impactful because if you gain a second Moira's card, then you automatically die, but I think the 2 fate would count as a single gain. Oh man, I could risk it and I could just try to go for the power roll without re-rolling that 1 die because some of those Moira's cards, like I'm trying to think of what the effects are. Like I think there's at least a crew loss, a hull loss. I think there might be a couple of positive ones. I don't remember them that well and I'm a little afraid of it. I honestly I think I might want to avoid drawing the Moira's card. Shoot, I really hope I don't regret this because I know some of these BPs can get pretty high. Let's see if I don't. I'm going to get auto break 1 actually from the Jawbone Axe, so that's good. If I don't, I mean, even if I re-roll, I would still have to roll a, 7 or higher, right? 6 or higher. I would have to re-roll. I have to roll 6 or higher. What's a 50-50 chance of hitting? I mean, drawing the Moiros and if it would suck to not wound on this. I really want that core, but also I am afraid of the negative consequences of a Moira's card because I forget how negative they can be. I'm just gonna try to go for this as is. Let's see. I think some of the BPs can be like a AT of 8. I'm gonna have 2 black and a red with. Okay. I really hope I don't know. We'll see. We ended our auto break 1, just double checking to make sure there's no other first ability window abilities that I have to do. No. Oh, I did miss start of turn. You may lose up to 2 danger. I would have done lose 1 danger for this, I think, because I at least want 6 danger because I get my auto break. I actually get a number of things from being at least 6 danger. All right, screw it. Let's just draw it. Ooh, okay. At least not a very high AT value. So, let's see, our Restless Tentacles. Okay, critical effect on that. All right, so we get 1 black from Jawbone Axe, 1 black from Demeter, and then 1 red from our Kratos pool or Kratos table. And we have 2 power rerolls if we need them. Do one at a time here. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. I like that. So we're now at 4. I just need 1 more. Okay, nice. That's 6 total, right? 2, 4, 6. Yes, we're good. We wound, we crit, we're good. Oh man, I was like honestly super nervous there. Not the best fight in the world, but not the worst either. So we get a crit, we get a Labyrinthauros core, which is ultimately just going to go to recreating the Maze Runner Titan that we lost. So actually I should probably bring up the other view again, because I'm going to need to go through and add in all of the resources from wounding. How do we want to show this? Maybe 9 is the best way to show this. Yeah, okay. So let's at least do the resource counting on video, and then I'll do the rest of the cleanup later. So we're going to keep that there because we did crit on that. That was our one that we crit on earlier, but just the BP1. The rest of these, we have Underbelly Seal, we have Reinforced Skull, a generic double wound I have to replace with another BP3 in a second. Boom. Boom. Swap that out and just swap it with this BP3 on top. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Oh, no. Okay. You can see enough of that, I think. So we go to our cargo here. Oh my gosh, this video. I need to stop talking to you people so much. This video still went on longer than I would have liked. It's less than our 4.5 hour video. That is for sure a good thing. Still a little bit longer than I would like. I just need to get out of this chair and do something else. But all right, we have a Labyrinthauros core, so let's mark that. We have now we have, let's do our ambrosia first. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the primordial level, which is 3, which is going to be 15. Plus the 3 that we get from fighting a level 3, so it's going to be 18 total. So we'll do 20 minus 2, 2, 3, 4, minus 1, 2. Okay, it's a lot of raw ambrosia. Then next we will get our fleshy mantles. We get 1, 2 times 3 is 6 fleshy mantles. Disgusting word. And then we have our infused mechanisms. 1, 2, 3 times 3 is 9. 2 minus 1. And let's see, what else should we do while we're on camera here before we end this video? We will subtract our 2 Argo Fate from the fight. And then, unfortunately, we'll have to say goodbye to our beloved Maze Runner Titan. What did I name her? Oh, I didn't name her. I probably should have named her because she got this strain, but goodbye, Maze Runner. You served me well in getting the Pyramidion early on. Love you for that. But we will create a new one of you. Thank you for your service. Okay. With that, I think let's call the video there. I'll do the rest of cleanup off camera, and then we will we'll resume. What were we on? Day we were on here. We'll resume day 43 in the next video and hopefully be on our way to the second and final Temple of the Minotaur. All right. Thank you, everybody. See you in the next video. Take care.